So, okay, if there is a historical Moses, where is this guy? I mean, where was he buried?
According to the biblical tradition, he ended on the other side of the valley.
And he dies where?
At Mount Nebo.
Mount Nebo.
Moses' tomb is no longer hidden from the world. Just minutes ago, the renowned explorer Josh Gates discovered it. In the Sea of Galilee, he sought to uncover prophecies that could change everything we know about ancient history and biblical stories. Experts are devastated by what they found inside the ancient tomb. Expedition unknown will never be the same. Why are many considering calling off the show after such a devastating find?
Obviously, this isn't a magic rock that followed the Israelites through the desert, but, is it possible that this is connected to the story of Exodus? In this spot before the building was here.
There are written evidences earlier than the 13th century, but not much earlier.
Let us explore why finding the tomb of Moses could bring apocalyptic consequences to our world. The builders of the Sea of Galilee. The tomb of Moses is a special and holy place with many stories about it, but no one knows exactly where it is. The Bible says that God told Moses to be buried alone in a valley in Moab, opposite Beth Peor. Islam also agrees that the exact place where Moses is buried is not known until now. An insane yet grounded archaeological study takes place in the depths of the Sea of Galilee.
Oh, what is that? Wait, what is this? That is not gold leaf.
This research isn't about chasing supernatural events linked to biblical stories. Instead, it focuses on a large man-made structure found underwater, first identified through a sonar survey in 2003. The structure, composed of volcanic basalt rocks, stands about 32 feet high and stretches around 230 feet wide, making it much larger than structures like Stonehenge. Professor Marco leads a team of archaeologists and geologists into the waters. They are determined to uncover factual data about this massive construction. Their work suggests that the stones might not have landed in this configuration by chance, but were placed there on purpose, possibly for significant communal or ceremonial use by an ancient civilization. The team uses advanced technology to send sound waves through the lake bed, aiming to get a clearer picture of what lies beneath. The size and weight of the structure, akin to a sizable modern warship, suggests that the people who built it had considerable skills in organizing and constructing large-scale projects. This realization prompts questions about the type of society that could execute such a feat. Diving further into the investigation, the team explores other historic sites around the Sea of Galilee, such as Nabi Musa and Mount Nebo.
I like this. Okay, fire it again!
Each location offers new clues, adding pieces to the complex puzzle of historical and cultural connections in the region. Artifacts uncovered during these explorations provide subtle hints about the daily lives, practices, and interactions of the people who lived here centuries ago. The ongoing research demands a reconsideration of the historical capabilities of ancient civilizations around the Sea of Galilee. The findings challenge the simple narratives often told about these people and suggest a community with advanced organizational and architectural skills. Beyond just seeking links to biblical tales, which may attract public and media interest, the researchers are primarily motivated by a genuine desire to understand the history and context of the area. They approach their work methodically, aiming to separate fact from fiction and to broaden our understanding of human history. This project not only uncovers information about the past, but also invites both the scientific community and the general public to think differently about the historical narratives we have accepted. Each discovery feeds into a larger discussion about what ancient people were capable of and how they might have lived, worked, and gathered around this significant structure in the Sea of Galilee. As the investigation progresses, the researchers continue to balance their findings with a healthy dose of skepticism, always testing new theories and carefully examining the evidence. Their work underscores the complexity of historical study and the need to continually question and explore the unknown aspects of human history, pushing the boundaries of our current knowledge and interpretations. In 2003, during a summer exploration in the southwest area of the Sea of Galilee, a team of archaeologists using sonar technology stumbled upon an intriguing underwater formation. This discovery prompted a detailed investigation to understand the source of several small stones found scattered across the sea floor. Researchers theorized that these stones might have been transported there by an ancient waterway known as Yavel Creek, which historically flowed into the nearby Jordan River. Upon scanning the lakebed, the team noticed a substantial gathering of rocks, which was unusual given the otherwise smooth surface of the lakebed.
According to this tradition, Moses did cross the river and he ended in this side, like where we are standing. The Prophet Muhammad ascended to heaven from Jerusalem.
Compelled by this discovery, Professor Marco and his team decided to take a closer look by diving into the lake. What they found was a large, cone-shaped pile of rocks, primarily made of volcanic material called basalt. Each rock measured about 3 feet in length. These rocks were not randomly tossed together, rather they were arranged intentionally to form a massive structure. This structure, built from uncut and naturally rough basalt cobbles and boulders, weighed an estimated 60,000 tons, which is heavier than many large modern ships. The structure's impressive dimensions, standing 32 feet tall and spanning a diameter of 230 feet, made it significantly larger than many ancient and well-known sites like Stonehenge. Further explorations by the research team revealed additional details about this giant structure. Comprising large basalt boulders, the construction showed no signs of the stones being shaped or altered by tools. The natural appearance of these boulders, coupled with the lack of any defining walls or clear boundaries, supported the idea that this was a man-made structure, likely built on land before being submerged due to rising water levels. The rocks, found naturally over a mile away, appeared to have been deliberately brought to this location, possibly for a specific purpose. Theories about the structure's original use include its function as an ancient calendar or a site for ceremonial activities. Another fascinating theory suggests it might have been used for sky burials, a practice where deceased bodies are placed on stone structures to be exposed to the elements and scavenging birds, although there is no direct archaeological evidence to support this due to the absence of any signs of a nearby settlement. This leads some to think that the structure could have been a significant symbolic monument, possibly commemorating an important aspect of the culture that built it. The submersion of this structure under the waters of the Sea of Galilee hints at significant environmental changes, such as fluctuations in water levels over the centuries. This offers a glimpse into the past climate and geographic conditions of the region, suggesting that the area might have been quite different during the time the structure was built. The fact that this massive structure, resembling a rock cairn, is now underwater also indicates that the lake's water level was once much lower than it is today. The discovery of an ancient underwater structure brings new questions about the past and the skilled builders who created it long ago. Hidden histories beneath the waves. Rock cairns similar to the discovered structure are known worldwide in various cultures for marking territories, burial sites, or sacred grounds. The resemblance of the Galilee structure to these cultural markers raises many questions about its purpose and the people who built it. Despite its similarities to known types of cairns, the exact function of this particular structure remains unclear, making it a subject of ongoing research and curiosity. Josh Gates and his team embarked on an underwater mission using a technique called seismic surveying. This method involves using principles such as magnetism, electricity, gravity, and elasticity to understand the Earth's properties. The main tool in their arsenal was the seismic wave, disturbances that penetrate the Earth's layers, helping to map underground and underwater features. These surveys are crucial not just for locating resources like oil and gas, but also for discovering geological formations and historical artifacts hidden beneath the Earth's surface. The process commenced with the deployment of seismic air guns, which are designed to release powerful bursts of compressed air deep into the water. These bursts disrupted the calm ocean surface, sending shock waves deep into the seabed. The shock waves generated patterns of echoes, which were captured by strategically placed sensors around the survey area. These sensors recorded the echoes of the waves as they bounced back from the ocean depths, providing critical data for analysis. As the survey continued, the team carefully managed the intensity and frequency of the airgun bursts to ensure a thorough and comprehensive coverage of the survey area. The collected echoes were meticulously recorded by the sensors, providing a continuous stream of data. This data was essential for building a detailed map of the underwater landscape, revealing various layers and features hidden beneath the ocean floor. Throughout the survey, the team encountered various challenges such as equipment malfunctions and unpredictable ocean conditions.
In general, religions are known for incorporating unique landscape features into their own oral tradition.
However, their determination to uncover the underwater landscape kept them going. Each successful data collection spurred them on, fueling their persistence through the difficulties they faced. After several days, the seismic survey was completed and the team had amassed a giant amount of data. Back in their laboratory, specialists began the task of analyzing this data. They examined every recorded echo to construct an accurate 3D model of the underwater environment. This model was crucial as it provided insights into the age, composition, and layout of the submerged structures. The detailed analysis revealed a notable underwater structure, which was obscured by sediment but had significant implications. The team speculated on its historical and archaeological significance, pondering its connection to known historical sites or events. The structure's features suggested it might be linked to historically significant locations, such as Miriam's Well. The clarity of the seismic images allowed the researchers to observe detailed reflections from beneath the sediment, giving them a clearer picture of the submerged structure. The high-resolution images not only depicted the shape and size of the structure, but also provided clues about its historical importance. This discovery showcased the effectiveness of seismic surveying in uncovering hidden underwater features and hinted at the potential stories these features could tell about past civilizations and events. The results from this survey demonstrated the potential of modern technological tools in exploring and understanding hidden underwater worlds. Each piece of data helped to peel back layers of time, offering a glimpse into historical landscapes that had long been shrouded by water and sediment. As the researchers continued to interpret their findings, they moved closer to piecing together the historical puzzle that lay beneath the ocean's surface, illuminating the complex interactions between human history and natural landscapes. Miriam's Well is renowned as a miraculous water source that sustained the Jewish people during their tough path through the desert after escaping from Egypt. As the Israelites, led by Moses, traveled through the wilderness of Shur following their remarkable escape across the Red Sea, they encountered a severe shortage of water. They wandered through the harsh, dry desert for 3 days, growing more desperate as their search for water continued without success.
The Israelites groaned in their slavery and cried out, and their cry for help, because of the slavery, went up to God. God heard their groaning.
Their situation improved when they reached Marah and found a water source, but the water was too bitter to drink, which only increased their distress. In response to this crisis, the Israelites turned to Moses, who prayed to God for help. Following God's instructions, Moses threw a piece of wood into the water, which miraculously turned the bitter water sweet, making it safe to drink. The well is named after Miriam, the elder sister of Moses and Aaron, who is recognized for her righteousness and prophetic abilities. Miriam played a crucial role in the story of the Exodus, symbolizing the miraculous provision of essentials needed for survival. Her involvement in her brother Moses' life began early when she watched over him after he was placed in a basket on the Nile River by their mother. This was to protect him from Pharaoh's decree that all newborn Hebrew boys be killed. Miriam's careful watch ensured Moses' survival as he floated down the river, eventually leading to his adoption by Pharaoh's daughter. Her actions not only saved her brother, but also preserved a future leader of the Israelites. Miriam's decisive and protective actions showcase the resilience and ingenuity of the Hebrew people under Egyptian oppression. By safeguarding Moses, she played a pivotal role in preserving their future liberator, which ultimately enabled the Israelites to escape from slavery. The stories of Moses, Miriam, and Aaron highlight the power of faith and perseverance through God's guidance, leading the Israelites from captivity to freedom. These narratives emphasize the strong familial bonds and leadership that steered the people towards hope and liberation. Miriam's well, a miracle in the desert, supports the Israelites and connects their physical needs with their spiritual path through harsh times. The miraculous rock of the desert. The well attributed to Miriam symbolizes her enduring faith and vital role in supporting the Israelites, both spiritually and physically, during their 40-year travel through the desert. According to tradition, the well accompanied the Israelites, providing an essential continuous water supply that helped them survive the barren and harsh conditions of the desert. This ongoing source of water was crucial for their survival, but also served as a symbol of the continuous support and guidance they received throughout their long travel to the Promised Land. The presence of the well was a constant reminder of the protection and leadership provided by key figures like Miriam, Moses, and Aaron, who were instrumental in navigating the multitude through challenging times and into a future of hope and renewal. Their legacy is marked by an unwavering commitment to their faith and their people, demonstrating the profound impact of united belief and dedication in overcoming great challenges. In old Jewish stories, there's an account of a remarkable rock that wasn't just an ordinary source of water. This rock, according to the tales, had the unique capability to accompany the Israelites throughout their extensive travels across the desert. Whenever the Israelites made a stop during their travel, this extraordinary rock would settle into the sand. Leaders from each tribe would come forward, requesting the rock to release water. Remarkably, water would flow out, providing essential sustenance to the weary travelers. There are some thoughts suggesting that the rock itself may not have actually moved with the tribes, but appeared to do so because water was available at their various stopping points. As the Israelites approached the conclusion of their desert wanderings, only a few months away from their destined entrance into the Holy Land, they reached the desert of Zin, settling at Kadesh in the first month. It was here that Miriam passed away and was laid to rest. Following Miriam's death, the well that had consistently provided water to the Israelites ceased to function. This cessation marked a critical turning point for the Israelites. It wasn't merely the disappearance of a crucial water source, but also represented a significant spiritual test. This phase was symbolic, indicating a shift from the period under Miriam's spiritual guidance to a new chapter where the Israelites had to demonstrate a different kind of faith. The lack of water became a severe crisis, prompting the Israelites to confront Moses and Aaron in desperation. They expressed their dire need for water, indicating that without it, they would not survive. Addressing this critical need, God instructed Moses to take his staff, gather the people, and speak to the rock to bring forth water. However, instead of following these precise instructions, Moses struck the rock with his staff. Although this action caused water to gush forth, it led to serious consequences for Moses. By striking the rock rather than speaking to it as commanded, Moses demonstrated a lapse in adhering to God's directive. As a result, he was denied the chance to enter the Holy Land. This event was intended to showcase the importance of strict obedience and the power of faith expressed through words rather than actions. This story is an essential part of the broader narrative of Exodus, which is a foundational story in Jewish, Christian, and Islamic traditions.
So over at Mount Nebo, archaeologically, do we have evidence for this burial?
No hard evidence.
Okay.
It describes the liberation of the Israelites from Egyptian bondage and their subsequent travel led by Moses through the desert. Typically, this event is believed to have taken place during the Late Bronze Age, although the exact historical details and timing are often debated by scholars. The recent discovery of a structure in the Sea of Galilee has added a new dimension to the understanding of the region's history during the Bronze Age, potentially linking it to the Exodus story. As researchers explored this finding further, they identified compelling evidence that the structure was built around 4,000 years ago during the Bronze Age. This new information has generated significant interest, as it offers a possible link between historical events and the revered stories of the Exodus and Miriam's well, providing a more concrete connection to these age-old tales. The discovery has not only excited the academic community, but also offered a fresh perspective on the potential historical contexts of these ancient narratives. Through thorough examination, the three-dimensional scan revealed intricate details of the submerged structure, showcasing its huge size and expert construction. It became evident that this was not a natural occurrence, but a creation of human effort and planning, intentionally built and carefully placed on the ocean floor. The theory proposed by archaeologists suggests that the structure was originally constructed on land and later engulfed by water. Determining its exact age remains a challenging task, emphasizing the sophisticated nature of this discovery. The sheer scale of the structure, crafted with basalt stones neatly stacked, captured the researchers' attention. The structure's presence deep under the sea is a clear indication of the exceptional skill and forethought of its creators, prompting inquiries into its original function and importance in ancient times. Despite the lack of clarity about its precise role, it is widely accepted among archaeologists that the structure was of great significance to those who constructed it. The closest source of basalt rock lay several hundred feet away from the construction site, suggesting that transporting these heavy stones, some weighing over 198 pounds and measuring between 3 to 7 feet in width, would have required a substantial amount of effort and coordination. The finding of this ancient underwater structure raised numerous questions, driving the researchers to speculate about its connection to historical accounts like that of Miriam's well. Could this strange structure hold clues to long-lost knowledge hidden beneath the waves? This question intensified the researchers' desire to delve deeper into their study. They understood that much work lay ahead, as the next phase would involve more detailed investigations inside the structure, a task poised to provide further insights into this archaeological marvel. As researchers study the hidden structure underwater, they also search for Moses' grave, blending old faith stories with historical facts. Where did Moses rest? The persistent effort to locate the final resting place of Moses has captivated scholars and enthusiasts for centuries, blending elements of faith, historical inquiry, and archaeological exploration. Moses is a pivotal figure across Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, connecting the religious and cultural narratives of these faiths. His life story, from his miraculous survival as an infant on the banks of the Nile to his decisive role in freeing the Israelites from Egyptian domination and receiving divine commandments on Mount Sinai, forms a cornerstone of multiple religious traditions. This narrative has inspired countless individuals over the generations. Moses' travel is not just a tale of liberation and divine encounter, but also a symbol of perseverance, redemption, and the powerful impact of steadfast belief in overcoming adversity. The exploration of the underwater structure and the ongoing quest to understand Moses' historical and religious significance illustrate the deep human drive to connect with our past. Each discovery not only sheds light on ancient engineering and religious practices, but also reinforces the connections between our historical pursuits and the stories that have shaped human understanding across millennia. As researchers continue to piece together the physical remnants of history, they also weave a richer tapestry of human experience that resonates with the themes of innovation, determination, and the enduring quest for knowledge. As individuals persist in their quest to uncover the final resting place of Moses, their search extends beyond simple archaeological interest. It encompasses a broader desire for spiritual connection and a deeper grasp of historical context. According to ancient accounts, Moses was prohibited from entering the Holy Land due to an error in judgment, striking a rock to produce water instead of speaking to it, as commanded. He passed away while the Jewish community was encamped on the east side of the Jordan River. In an effort to explore this significant historical figure's story further, Josh Gates made a travel to Jordan. Upon arriving, a strikingly large and fortified structure emerged in the landscape, a giant compound known as Nabi Musa, which translates to the prophet Moses. As Josh entered this notable site, he was welcomed by Tafi Dili, an expert archaeologist and professor specializing in Islamic studies. Josh expressed his gratitude for Tafi's willingness to share his knowledge, and he was immediately struck by the imposing nature of the compound. Driven by a strong desire to learn more about the end of Moses' life, Josh sought guidance on where exactly Moses might be buried. Tafi explained that Mount Nebo, which is visible just across the valley and the Dead Sea, is traditionally recognized in biblical law as the burial site of Moses. This association began with the construction of a church there in the 4th century. Intrigued by the potential archaeological evidence supporting this claim, Josh asked further questions. Tafi elaborated with insights from Islamic tradition, which also acknowledges Moses' significance. According to Islamic teachings, it is believed that Prophet Muhammad, during his heavenly path from Jerusalem, observed Moses praying at his tomb located on this side of the Jordan River. The discussion of these diverse traditions concerning Moses' final resting place prompted Josh to seek clearer evidence at Nabi Musa. He and Tafi descended to a lower level inside the mosque, where, according to Islamic belief, the tomb that houses Moses is located. Standing next to what might be the tomb of Moses, Josh was enveloped by a deep sense of historical significance and the unanswered questions that continue to surround this site. Tafi led Josh through the historical accounts associated with Nabi Musa, an ancient site dating back to the 13th century. It is remarkable to consider how the memory of Moses has persisted for centuries, yet much about his life and death remains unclear. Tafi recounted stories that have been passed down through generations, blending oral traditions and recorded histories. This mix of history and legend creates a rich but complex narrative, making it difficult to discern the exact facts from the long-standing legends. Each story adds layers to the understanding of Moses' life and death, weaving a detailed but intricate web where facts and folklore are intermingled, posing a unique challenge to historians and scholars trying to piece together the life of one of history's most revered figures. Nabi Musa was once a tranquil place dedicated solely to remembering Moses, but it has now evolved into a vibrant gathering spot that draws visitors worldwide. These visitors come to strengthen their spiritual connections and reflect on their religious paths. This transformation from a peaceful memorial to a busy pilgrimage site illustrates how historical and religious locations can adapt to contemporary needs while retaining their spiritual essence. As more people visit, the challenge emerges. How do we balance factual knowledge from scientific research with the deep beliefs held in our hearts? Archaeologists like Tafi are not just focused on uncovering ancient artifacts. Their work is also about respecting the deep spiritual connections people have with these places. They aim to find a middle ground where factual history and personal faith coexist harmoniously. As explorers like Tafi delve into this sacred ground, the effort to determine the precise resting place of Moses takes on significant cultural and spiritual dimensions. Nabi Musa, located in the Palestinian territories, becomes a crossroads where historical research meets spiritual inquiry. The quest to authenticate the site of Moses' tomb is not just about finding physical proof, but involves a deeper investigation into what Moses represents for people across different cultures and religions. Departing from Nabi Musa, explorers carry with them a profound appreciation for the interplay between known facts and enduring faith, acknowledging that some aspects of our historical understanding might forever remain out of reach. This realization fosters a broader appreciation for the search itself, recognizing that the path towards understanding and spiritual peace is often as important as the discoveries along the way. The search for Moses' grave looks at old stories and challenges our understanding of faith and its lasting impact on history and beliefs. The spiritual path of Moses. The statement, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof," takes on additional meaning in the context of Moses's undiscovered burial site. The lack of a known grave site for Moses adds to the ongoing discussion about his life and legacy. There is a belief among some scholars that God intentionally hid Moses's tomb to prevent it from becoming a shrine. Considering Moses's significant influence on religious thought, there was a concern that his remains might be worshipped, which could detract from the focus on his teachings. By keeping the location of Moses's tomb hidden, it is believed that God wanted to keep people's attention on the lessons and legacy of Moses rather than on his physical remains. This deliberate concealment helps maintain a focus on spiritual learning and ensures that Moses's impact is celebrated through his teachings and not through physical monuments. This approach helps to emphasize the spiritual over the physical, encouraging followers to value the principles and impact of Moses's life more than the specifics of his death and burial. Another explanation is that God chose to conceal Moses's body to stress the significance of spiritual values over physical ones. By not disclosing the location of Moses's grave, God aimed to encourage deeper contemplation on Moses's life teachings and the lasting effects of his actions, rather than focusing on where he was buried. The Bible provides some details about Moses's death, stating that he died on Mount Nebo as he looked over the land of Moab and was buried in a valley across from Beth Peor. Yet the exact spot where he was laid to rest remains unknown. The chosen site for Moses's burial, Beth Peor, is notably significant within the scriptural context. This area is a historical symbol of the times Israel fell into the worship of idols and the negative consequences that followed when they ignored God's commands. By selecting Beth Peor as Moses's burial site, God delivered a poignant message on the dangers of idol worship and the crucial importance of staying loyal to his teachings. Even though the specific location of Moses's grave may never be known, its symbolic importance continues to serve as a reminder for believers to ponder deeper spiritual truths and place their trust in a wisdom that goes beyond human understanding. Religious stories frequently incorporate distinct geographical features into their teachings. In our search to better understand ancient lessons and deepen our connection with spiritual beliefs, the exploration of places like Moses's tomb and the intriguing areas beneath the Sea of Galilee has led us on a significant exploration. From the serene waters of the Sea of Galilee to the lively site of Nabi Musa, our exploration covers a giant span of time and multiple traditions, urging us to seek answers to long-standing questions. This travel does more than just revisit historical and spiritual roots. It helps bridge the ancient with the modern, deepening our appreciation and understanding of our beliefs. This extensive path not only encourages us to reflect on our spiritual heritage, but also enhances our comprehension of how these ancient beliefs connect with and enrich our current spiritual practices. The recent discovery of an unusual structure beneath the Sea of Galilee has ignited widespread interest and debate, challenging our current understanding of historical and biblical accounts. Through in-depth research and the latest seismic survey techniques, scientists have identified strong evidence of a structure built by humans during the Bronze Age. This significant find under the water raises compelling questions about its purpose and its links to ancient societies and religious stories. As researchers continue to investigate the details of this underwater structure, they uncover hints of its potential roles in the past, possibly as a place of worship or a monumental site. This discovery invites us to think about how such an ancient structure could connect to the stories and traditions we have passed down through generations. The implications of this finding stretch beyond mere historical interest, touching on deeper themes of cultural heritage and the intertwining of history with spiritual narratives. Further exploration into the questions surrounding the final resting place of Moses brings us into a complex mesh of differing traditions and steadfast beliefs. The travel spans from the historical site of Mount Nebo to the religious site of Nabi Musa, where the tales of Moses' enduring legacy bridge various cultures and beliefs, creating a vivid mosaic of faith and historical lore that captures our collective imagination. Yet, despite rigorous searches and scholarly endeavors to pin down archaeological and historical truths, the exact burial site of Moses remains veiled in uncertainty. This ongoing ambiguity prompts us to engage with larger spiritual themes and place our trust in a higher level of understanding that may elude complete human comprehension. As our exploration draws to a close, we are left with profound admiration and respect for the unresolved aspects of our history. Whether Moses' remains are submerged beneath the sea or lost in the sands of time, the lasting impact of his life continues to fuel spiritual motivation and intellectual curiosity. This enduring influence challenges us to appreciate the strength of our beliefs and the perpetual pursuit of knowledge. We are reminded that the quest for truth, both spiritual and historical, is a continuous travel that shapes our understanding and enriches our faith. What are your views on the ongoing discussion about the lost tomb of Moses or the validity of Nabi Musa as the actual burial site of the prophet? Is Moses' tomb truly hidden beneath the Sea of Galilee, or is this just another legend waiting to be debunked? Could there be more to Miriam's well than meets the eye? Tell us what you think, and remember to like and subscribe for more.